another Windsurfing Masterclass live coaching. I am on Maui, and it is the day before the Aloha Classic. Is for a lot of people the biggest competition of the year. It's not the biggest in terms of people on the beach. It's not the biggest in terms of prize money. It's not the biggest in terms of the strongest winds, but it is the biggest mostly in terms of waves and prestige. This is one of the longest running competitions in windsurfing, and Hokipa, where it takes place on Maui, is the birthplace of wave riding in windsurfing. It's the mecca of wave riding, of windsurfing. So it has a lot of hoopla around it, even if in some respects it's a smaller event. And that starts tomorrow. I'm planning to compete. I'm looking forward to it. The forecast looks solid from what I saw. And yeah, we're looking forward to having a good event. If you want to level up your windsurfing, check out Windsurfing Masterclass. You can go to windsurfingmasterclass.com or my.windsurfingmasterclass.com and check out the online courses. What do we have at the moment? So I'll be developing more early next year, but at the moment we've got Learn to Loop, Fast Tax Secrets. This course has been online the longest, and it is insane how much it has helped people improve their tax. If you or anyone you know wants to improve your tax, check out Fast Tax Secrets. It works. Pro Mindset Secrets. This is if you want all the mindset elements, but you don't want to commit to any of the other courses. Mindset makes a big difference. And then we've also got the Shove It course as well. And Learn to Loop for those who want to loop. And then you can go, if you go to the Windsurfing Masterclass website, you just go here to go to the online portal. From the Windsurfing Masterclass website, you can also donate to help support. You can help support the Facebook group or the live coaching here, or you can check out some of the one-on-one coaching options that are available. Something that will be on here as well is the Masterclass schedule for next year. That is starting to come together. It is not fully finalized. The one set of dates that are pretty much set is Morocco. I'm going to release that first, and it's looking like June 13th to 20th. I'll release those dates pretty soon. So if you're looking forward to signing up to Windsurfing Masterclass Morocco, check out the Facebook group and your emails over the next week or two. The alumni, Windsurfing class alumni, are getting first chance at signing up. So if you're an alumni, look out for that. And otherwise, everyone else will get email, and then it will go public last. All right, I think that's enough housekeeping. Let's check the chat, see who's here. We got Greg in the chat cheering for me. Thank you very much, Greg. We got Axel as well in Munich. Suna, some great days in Hansdom. Awesome. Jorg, no surfing. Rehab in small steps. And Mark had a good week. Awesome. Thank you guys for showing up. All right, let's dive right into the Facebook group. If you're just joining us, say hi in the chat. Did you sail this week? How's it going? Where are you? Ragnar said he had 4-5 port tack logo high on the outer reef. Wow, that sounds fun. All right, let's get into the Facebook group. See what's posted. You can interrupt me. You guys know the drill. Ask your questions in the chat. Make this a little smaller. All right, we got Harold in the chat as well. Hello, Harold. All right, let's do order by new. So what am I doing to get ready for the event? A lot of getting gear ready. So a lot of it is making sure that I've got all the right masts and all the right sails, making sure that my boards are set up and tuned how I want them to. So just going through stuff. I changed the screws on my foot straps from my main board because they were bent. So I switched those out. I also moved my foot strap position, which Might sound crazy. It's like the day before the event, changing the foot strap position. And but there's something about having a little bit of difference. So not a huge amount of difference, but a little bit of difference that helps. I don't know. It helps do something with the wave riding. It uh, helps add a little bit of magic. I remember listening to an interview with Kelly Slater where he likes not to be on his like old favorite board in heats. He likes being on something that's a little bit new that he's got to figure it out because it helps bring out a different side of him that he wants in competition. And so I'm taking a little tiny page from that book. I'm on my favorite board that I've had for the last 7 years. I've gotten lots of new boards since then, but this board is just my absolute favorite. But I'm making some little tweaks to it to get a little bit of that newness. And so yesterday I moved my foot straps just a little bit forward on the board, and I got exactly what I wanted. I got that just little bit of newness, little bit of figuring out, a little bit of excitement, because you can really get into a rut with with your sailing, and that's not always bad, right? You find a comfortable setup, a good setup, and that can be really good, and that's something that we have a goal for achieving. But also, if you are mixing things up, you get a little bit of that newness, which is also good. All right, we've got Tomas in the chat. Tomas is saying, uh, if I'm getting a main draw wild card, there are 26 qualifiers, 32 main draws. I have no idea. I used to be very involved in this stuff. I did the foot tour full time. I was on the board of the PWA for a decade. And since I stopped competing, since I stepped down from the board, I've been very happy to just not know what's going on. Uh, Going from knowing everything that was going on to knowing nothing, it has been great. It used to be, that I was organizing a lot of this stuff, and I like just not being involved at all. So I don't know where they'll put me. We'll see. I've got some haters who are trying to get me in a bad draw, I guess. Uh, Also, some people that support me that are trying to get me with a good draw. So I don't know. It Whatever. It is what it is. I'm not trying to angle that way. I just want to go out, get some good heats. All right, we've got Harold as well in the chat, or Christoph. Sorry, Christoph in the chat. Harold as well. Harold saying hi everyone, and Christoph in the chat, who had one session in Waddell. All right, let's check the Facebook group, see what's up. Axel made a T-shirt, and you can order it here if you like it. I've got one. Axel made one for me. Chris is working on his forwards. So let's check out the video. So, all right, let's see what's going on here. So, getting a solid rotation. The landing is a little bit funky. Getting that board flip over. So there's a few reasons why that happens. And the first reason is you're not getting enough height, but it looks like you are getting enough height, so that's not it. The second reason that can happen, where you get this, what we're trying to show with the board here, which, by the way, if you're trying to improve loops, if you want a no fear loop path, check out learntoloop.com. The Learn to Loop course is very comprehensive. It takes you from zero to looping. And even if you already are starting to do loops, but you want to perfect it, the course is also designed to help get you not just from throwing your first forward, but also to really getting the technique dialed. So you can go to learntoloop.com. Anyway, so why does this happen with the board? So there's a few reasons it can happen. So the first is not going high enough, but I don't think that's the case here. Chris, looks like you are getting some solid height. The second reason this can happen is leaning back too much off the ramp. Sometimes with the POV footage, it's really hard to see if you are leaning back too much. But often if you take off leaning back and you don't get everything level and upright before you sheet in, then you come out of that rotation also leaning back. So you come out of that rotation board with the nose pointed vertically up, and then that creates this kind of landing where then the tail hits, the nose is up, and you're still rotating. The other thing that can help is really getting extension from the gear when you're throwing the loop. So instead of keeping everything close to you, really pushing everything up. So you're sheeting out and up and forward at the beginning of the loop, and that could help here. So here at the beginning, you've got pretty straight arms and you're pretty close to the boom. You want to get that sail really up and far away from you, actually, and then pulling in against it. And so you want to get that front arm extended on the rotation, and not just thinking about getting the front arm extended, but really thinking about getting the sail pushed away from you before you sheet in, and that helps just trigger that nice horizontal rotation. It just puts a lot of the good forward dynamics into motion. So let's watch the beginning of this one again, see what's going on here. So good looking back. There's more right than wrong here, but getting that sail thrown up, so sheeted out, up and forward, is going to help here. And it's hard to see, again, with the POV stuff, how much you're leaning back. There is a little bit of backward lean here. I can see, right? Like the board is pointing up into the air. And we want to make sure that the board is flat or the nose is pointing down, even better, before we sheet in. And the way to get into that position is by pushing everything up, because if you're pushing everything up, then it drives the nose down somehow. I don't know if that totally makes sense, but you're standing up, so your body is nice and up and down, and then you're getting that rig forward, which then pushes the nose down, and then pulling in. So you want to get that board level before you pull in, or even better, the nose pointing down. And the way to do that, or one way to do that, is to really think about standing tall and pushing that rig as you're sheeted out. This is before you sheet in, very important. Otherwise, you don't have the maneuverability of the rig. You sheet out, up, and forward. And when you're pushing that gear forward, it's going to push the nose down. And then you sheet in, and then you're not going to come out of the rotation with the board with the nose pointed to the sky, with the same problem that you're having here. So that's, I think, the main thing to focus on. That will probably give you the most bang for your buck. We've got some good comments here about just straightening the front arm, which definitely will help. Definitely will help. That's like kind of a mini version of what I'm saying. But the main thing that's going on here, from what I can see in the POV video, again, third person video is easier to analyze. But the main thing that I see is, by the way, it seems like my camera keeps turning off. Is that really happening for you guys, or is it just me? I don't know why that would be. But anyway, the main thing is you want to make sure that the board is level or even nose pointing down before you pull in. And in order to get that, you need to be standing up nice and tall, and you get the rig pushed forward. In order to do that, you need to sheet out and push up and forward, and that gets the nose down, and then you're pulling in. All right, let's move on. All right, we got a question from Suna about how to do an upwind 360. Suna, I assume that you're talking about on the wave, so a backside upwind 360. The first step to doing that is getting a backside turn, like a backside off the lip, like a shove it. The shove it course has some good exercises for that. I'm not sure if you took the shove it course or not. If you are in the shove it course, think about applying those shove it exercises to the backside wave riding, because we want to get backside wave riding where the sail is going down and getting back winded. I'm going to release one of the next courses is a wave riding course where we're really getting into the technicals of backside wave riding and frontside wave riding. So there's going to be some more stuff there, but we've already worked, Suna, on a lot of this stuff as well in the in-person masterclasses. It's a lot of that, like the sail goes back, body goes forward, and then as you're going up into the lip, you're really leaning your body down towards way more towards the tail of the board than is intuitive, and that starts you getting this backwinded feeling. And then once you're comfortable doing that, then the evolution. So once you're comfortable doing that, then the evolution is the same start, but then instead of pushing the rig forward, which gets you backwinded and pushed upright in the backside off the lip, you keep the rig back, and then it will rotate you upwind. So the first step to learning those is getting the backwinded backside riding. All right, Harold posted a link to follow the Aloha Classic. We've got a post from Massimo about moving his foot straps around. Interesting. I love people experimenting. So let us know how it goes. All right, we've got a storm chase happening. Very cool. And then we looked at this last week. This video from Ragnar, I think. Did we look at it last week? Well, I think we did. Let's pull it up, though. This was on the live stream day. So this is Storm Amy in Sweden. Some solid storm conditions. Fun adventure windsurfing. Cool. Ragnar is always up for some adventure spots, heading out to these little islands, exploring. Very cool. I love watching this stuff. All right, everyone. That is everything that's been posted. So I'm going to get back to my competition prep. If you have any questions about the Aloha Classic, we can do some heat analysis, whatever you guys want to do. Post it in the Facebook group. Let me know what you want. Again, if you want to level up your windsurfing, check out Windsurfing Masterclass. We've got some great courses on the platform. And if you know anyone that wants to learn tacks or loops, send them there. Dates for masterclasses next year are in the works. Morocco will be the first to be announced. It will be in June. So if you're interested in joining that, look out for it, because I'm only going to do 1 week in Morocco this year. And last year's week 1 sold out in, I think it was like a few days. So if that is something that you want to do, get on it after I release the applications. All right, everyone, I'm going to sign off. I hope you have a wonderful, and I look forward to seeing you all in the Facebook group. Again, this is a big week in windsurfing. We've got the Aloha Classic. If you have any questions or comments or whatever, just anything at all related to the Aloha, post it in the group. I love those discussions. So hope you guys have fun watching the event.